How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to talk about why I'm buying now, why I still continue to accumulate Bitcoin and cryptocurrency right now. There's also a top analyst that's saying you have about 75 days left. That is the optimal time to be buying cryptocurrency. Going through what's happening right now as well. If you don't mind, hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos like this as soon as I post them. Also, we are in cloudy Florida. Not going to be here much longer, going back home tomorrow, but sorry for the setup, sorry for the lighting and the camera and stuff, but we're fine. We'll get back to the normal studio tomorrow or the next day. While you're down there, hit subscribe if you don't mind. There is a link down there to Margex where you can trade cryptocurrencies on leverage if you want. Here you can use TA, you can use TradingView to figure out exactly how you want to play this market. So I do think that this makes sense to be used in addition to buying the majority of your crypto for the long term. Maybe you want to play a little bit of the short term action and you can use Margex for this. And no, it's not right for everyone, but in a bullish market, you can make a lot of money. So I do think it makes sense to set this up, maybe make a deposit, make sure you know how to work it, and then get ready for the next leg up. Now, crypto has looked kind of boring recently. The last couple days, not a lot of price action. Of course, there are still outliers. We'll talk about one later. Some cryptos are still moving up, but generally we've just been kind of sitting in this range. Some people are wondering, is this actually going to happen for Bitcoin, for cryptocurrencies? Are we going to see some big next move up, or is it just boring? Are we just going to see it range sideways for months? And yesterday I did make a couple videos talking about what was happening right now. Long term, still super bullish, but short term, we do have some news of token unlocks, up to $1 billion in tokens being unlocked over the next 30 days. Mostly Sandbox, Avalanche, Aptos. We also have news of possibly more GBTC selling from Genesis, which is connected to Gemini. They went bankrupt, I believe, or they shut down the Genesis part of their business, and now they're looking to unload some assets to repay users. So we do have some short-term headwinds, but I want to talk today about why I don't really care about that long-term, why I continue to buy even in the face of negativity, even in the face of possible selling from large entities. And of course, whenever I buy, I fully realize that crypto can fall down the next day, the next week, the next month, but I'm okay with that. Take a look at this. This is the Wayback Machine, and this is 4 years ago today. Bitcoin's price was $9,200. Ethereum's $188. XRP 25 cents. You can go down the line, right? A lot of cryptos you probably recognize in the top 10. Some aren't in the top 10 anymore. But generally, if you picked out some high quality cryptos, you would still be up a lot right now. Like, yeah, Bitcoin probably was ranging a bit here. You can see the 7-day price graph, like kind of boring. 24-hour change, it was down 1% here. But then it went and it did a 7x from here to the top. Even if you bought it here and then waited through the entire bear market, at the very bottom, you're still up 60%. And it's not like we're timing this perfectly. You could have gone in lower. I think the low of the bear market was like $3,500. So you were already up 2.5x, kind of like we are right now with Bitcoin up 2.5x from the bottom. You were still up 2.5x, and you'd still have never gone below this price point again. Same thing with Ethereum. I mean, what's the lowest we got to this bear market on Ethereum? 800, 900? You would still be up 4x on Ethereum from this point 4 years ago. And the max, you would have been up 24x. XRP went up to what, maybe $1, something like that, even recently. You would be up 4x. Now you're up about 2x. It's a little bit different. Ethereum and Bitcoin obviously did better relative to XRP in the last bull market, but you can go down the line. I mean, if you wanted to nitpick, you could pick something like Cardano. You would have been up 60x during the bull market, and you're still up, what, 10x? I don't even know what Cardano's at now, 50 cents maybe? And you can go down the line, right? There are a lot of ones that we'd even pick out that have done really well throughout the last bull market and even now. So you can see, even if you don't time it perfectly, generally, if you look far enough out and if you buy at a decent time, you don't have to buy at the best time, just try not to buy the worst time, try not to buy at all-time highs, generally you're still going to do well. And when you look at this, when you look at Bitcoin being at $9,200, you're never getting a chance again to buy Bitcoin at $9,200. From here on out, there's no way. And I know some people are super bearish, thinking Bitcoin's going to fall back down to $5,000, $3,000, zero. But we are not even close to there, right? We're $44,000, $43,000. So you'd have to see Bitcoin fall a lot when everything is bullish right now in the economy, in the stock market. So I don't think this is likely to happen. So when you look at it that way, you might not ever be able to buy at 43,000 again. Now, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, you can buy at 40,000, 44,000, 37,000. But look a couple months out. After we start moving up, maybe we never get back to this range that we're at right now. And you might never get another $2,300 Ethereum. I mean, look at this price. It's over 10x since then, 4 years ago. Also, this is generally a good time to be buying. Rational Root, a really good analyst. If you haven't already followed him, I would suggest it over on Twitter. Also, I suggest following me over on Twitter. I'll put my Twitter link underneath the video. He says this is optimal right now, the next 89 days to DCA. This is coming from about, 10 days ago, 12 days ago. But he says for today's investors, the optimal DCA time frame is 89 days. Aim to minimize risk and maximize profit. Based on the current position in the 4-year cycle, those adopting an 89-day DCA, even at the least opportune moment, were in profit within 3 years. So even if you buy at the worst time, you're going to be in profit in a couple of years, most likely. Disclaimer, historical performance doesn't always assure future results. So yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but typically, this has always been a good time to buy, whether it's last cycle, the cycle before, the cycle before. This is typically when you want to be buying, and then when you approach the halving, if you don't have enough allocation, maybe you want to continue to dollar cost average, or if you're someone that just wants to dollar cost average forever, great. But if you're someone that's trying to time the market a little bit better, or a little bit more, then this is typically the best time. Start here, end here, before the halving, and then just wait a year and a half or so, and then sell towards the all-time high. Of course, we don't, like I said, we don't know exactly when the high is going to be. We don't know when the bottom is, but these bottoms are all pretty close to each other, at least the last 3. The halvings have been typically, or right before the halvings, have been a good time to buy, and then the peaks are almost always right here. So the last 3 cycles have been pretty close to each other, even if people don't want to believe it. Another reason I continue to buy is because everything else is getting more expensive. I mean, take a look at this. This is the S&P 500. It's at all-time highs. A lot of stocks, a lot of tech stocks are at all-time highs. The economy is good. Companies' earnings are good. And yet, I'd say there's some good parts about that, right? The economy is strong. Companies are still earning and growing. But on the other hand, they're more expensive as well. Like I said, like the S&P 500 just needs to go up 1%, and then it's at 5,000. The NASDAQ continues to race up as well. The Dow Jones hit all-time highs. So yeah, it's great, but also I don't typically love to buy stuff at all-time highs, like lump sum. Sure, I'll continue to dollar cost average in the S&P 500 into stocks that I like as well. But when Bitcoin's still down 30-40% from the high, and other assets are racing up to all-time highs, well, Bitcoin is more undervalued compared to where it was in the past, right? If Bitcoin was at the same price, but the S&P 500 was at 3,000, well, the S&P 500 versus Bitcoin, the S&P 500 would look more attractive than it does right now, because it would be down significantly. Cash flows would be better. But, again, as other assets rise up in value and Bitcoin stays the same price or ranges, it becomes more and more undervalued comparatively. So yeah, I'll keep on buying. I talk about Bitcoin a lot. I'm buying accumulating a lot of Bitcoin. I am playing other games too. I'm buying / accumulating other cryptocurrencies, like ones I think have good narratives. One that I talked about just a few days ago was Operation Phoenix. They're trying to build out what SafeMoon wasn't, and this is coming from a couple people that were really strong in the SafeMoon community. They opened at a very small market cap, and they are up, I think, 50x, 55x from the bottom from when they opened, and they're up about 3x, I think, since I started talking about them. So they've done extremely well. They are now a 99 out of 99 on DEX tools. Their DEX score is 99 out of 99. You can trade them over on PancakeSwap. Full disclaimer: I do hold some tokens, and I will be taking profits if it continues to race up, which it looks like it's going to continue racing up. You can see here, but it is interesting. It's still at a $5 million market cap, and they really have been executing, I think, on all fronts so far, because they've been giving SafeMoon holders everything that they wanted in SafeMoon. They already have like a DEX. They already have that you can trade the token on. They have merch. They have everything that Operation Phoenix was supposed to be. So I like narratives like that. I like some other cryptocurrencies as well that I've been accumulating. But the majority of my money is still going to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is by far the safest, most secure, hardest money on earth. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Are you still buying right now? Are you accumulating? Or are you just kind of sitting out on the sidelines? Have you already packed your bags enough that you're okay just waiting? Let me know in the comment section. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the link to Margex underneath the video. And if you want, you can check out the link to HG Access, where we are giving alpha, myself, along with some other influencers every single day. Thank you so much. I'll see you.